Citizen TV has now learned that a bill seeking to bar public servants from doing private business is already being drafted by the Attorney General's office. The bill on conflict of interest is due to be tabled in Parliament as soon as next month when Parliament resumes its sittings, as Enock Sikolia reports.
Days after President Uhuru Kenyatta directed Attorney General Paul Kihara Kariuki to draft the bill that could change the face of Kenya's public service, the leader of majority in the National Assembly, Aden Duale, says the ball is already rolling.
I expect the Attorney General to send me the draft proposal legislation by end of this week, so that by the time we are coming to the opening of Parliament for the third session, we can introduce it to the House.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has made the fight against corruption one of his legacy agenda, and he believes that the proposed legislation could play some magic. Among those likely to be affected are members of parliament. Lawmakers in Kenya's bicameral parliament have been accused of using their powers for their selfish gains. Last week, the head of state claimed that MPs were using information obtained from state and public officers during House committee sessions to seek bribes from those adversely mentioned in corruption cases.
And I think the Speaker must give direction. Any given time that the DPP or the DCI are appearing before the Legal Affairs Committee of the Senate or even of the National Assembly, lawyers who represent litigants who are in one way or the other before court through the prosecution of the DPP, they should excuse themselves from the committee hearing. That is what the Sunny ones are saying.
The proposed legislation will prohibit any action by a public officer that creates a conflict of interest, dual loyalties, or an advantage over other persons who do not hold such an office.
Public officers will have a simple choice: serve in the public arena or go and do private business.
Some of us go into certain parastatals and still continue, let's say you're employed as a full-time commissioner, and then you now derive benefits that accrue now to your private practice. That's what the conflict would entail, should not be in conflict with your office as a public.
When it comes to the legislature, even as we speak today, the standing orders are very, very clear that you cannot be a member of a committee of the House where you have an interest. For example, if before coming to Parliament, you are a staff of Safaricom, or you are a staff of Airtel or Telecom, or you are a Safaricom dealer, okay, you are doing business with Safaricom, and you are still doing the same business, then you cannot be a member of the Communication Committee of Parliament. But that has not been very diligently followed.
Today, a sizable group of MPs are in House committees that oversight sectors in which individual legislators have a direct interest. Enock Sikolia, Citizen TV, Nairobi.